I am still attending Missouri Western State University, St. Joseph, and I have to say, it's been a never-ending nightmare. I will never understand how a place like this can call itself an institution of higher learning. It's like they're making a mockery of the very idea of education. Let me start from the beginning. I remember walking into my first class, full of hope and excitement, thinking that I was going to learn from the best. But what I got was a bunch of unmotivated, unqualified teachers who seemed like they would rather be anywhere else. They didn't care about teaching. They only cared about their own research and how they could get more funding. It was like they were using us as guinea pigs for their own experiments. And don't even get me started on the classes themselves. They were huge, impersonal, and totally unengaging. It felt like I was just a number, not a student. The teachers didn't know my name, didn't care about my progress, and didn't bother to explain the material in a way that made sense. I was left to fend for myself, trying to make sense of the confusing lectures and unclear assignments. But that was just the tip of the iceberg. The real problem was the racism. Yes, you heard me right. Racism. It's like they thought they could just sweep it under the rug, pretend it didn't exist. But I saw it, I experienced it, and I know that it's real. They would give preferential treatment to certain students just because of their skin color. It was like they thought that some students were better than others just because of their race. And what's even worse is that when I tried to report it, when I tried to speak out against it, nobody listened. The president, the administrators, they all just ignored me, like I was some kind of troublemaker. They didn't want to hear about it. They didn't want to deal with it. They just wanted to keep sweeping it under the rug, pretending it didn't exist. But I know it exists. I know that it's real. And I know that it's not just me. I've talked to other students, other minorities, and they've all had the same experiences. They've all been marginalized, ignored, and mistreated. It's like they're not even seen as human beings, just as inferiors. And then there's the issue of money. They're always asking for more, always wanting us to shell out more cash for this, that, and the other thing. It's like they're running a business, not a university. They don't care about our education. They only care about lining their pockets with our hard-earned cash. I'm paying $7,000 a year for this. Are you kidding me? It's like they're stealing from me, from all of us. They're taking our money, and they're giving us nothing in return. No education, no support, no care. Just a bunch of empty promises, a bunch of lies. And don't even get me started on the campus life. There's nothing to do, nowhere to go. It's like we're stuck in some kind of prison with no way out. The town of St. Joseph is boring. There's no job opportunities, and there's no social life. It's like we're just stuck in limbo, going through the motions, pretending to be something we're not. I am so tired of this place, so tired of being treated like a number, like an inferior, like a slave. I am tired of being ignored, tired of being marginalized, tired of being mistreated. I am tired of Missouri Western State University, St. Joseph. I wish I could just burn my wallet, just to get rid of this place, but I know I can't. I know I have to keep going, keep fighting, keep speaking out against this injustice. I know I have to keep telling my story, keep sharing my experiences, keep exposing the truth. So I'll keep talking,
I've been looking into some unfortunate incidents around Missouri Western State University, St. Joseph, the kind of stories that make you wonder about the world we live in. It's like every corner you turn, there's a chance of stumbling upon something that's not quite right. So there was this little electronics shop near the university, a place where tourists often stop to grab a charger or a pair of headphones they forgot to pack. But you see, not all was as it seemed. Some travelers found out the hard way that the shiny gadgets they bought were just cheap imitations. I can only imagine their disappointment continue. They probably felt cheated, their vacation mood ruined, trying to figure out if it's even worth the hassle to return the fakes. And the shop, well, it likely got a slap on the wrist, but by then it had made a small fortune off unsuspecting visitors. Then there's the story of the friendly local who offered to show tourists some hidden gems around Missouri Western State University. Such a nice gesture, right? But it turns out this so-called guide was leading them to overpriced boutiques where he had a little arrangement. Tourists eager to experience the local culture ended up paying double for souvenirs. I bet they felt silly later, realizing they'd been played. They probably warned others, trying to prevent the same mistake. And that guide, he might have disappeared into the crowd, only to reappear with a new set of tourists the next day. And it's not just about the money, is it? It's about the trust that's broken. Like when tourists are approached by someone claiming to be a university student, raising funds for a school project. They seem so genuine, sharing stories about their studies near Missouri Western State University. You want to help, so you chip in, only to find out it was all a lie. The so-called student was just a good actor with a convincing story. I can almost hear the tourists, replaying the conversation in their heads, feeling foolish for falling for it. But they not to blame, really. It's the deceitfulness that's shocking. It's a real shame, isn't it, that in a place with so much history and charm like St. Joseph, these things happen. It's like the beauty of the town is overshadowed by a few bad apples. But we can't let that stop us from seeing the good in the world, can we? We just have to be a little more careful, a little more skeptical, and maybe, just maybe, we can outsmart the scammers. So if you're planning to visit Missouri Western State University, St. Joseph, keep your wits about you. Enjoy the sights, soak in the culture, but remember to question the deals that seem too good to be true. Because at the end of the day, it's your experience, your memories that matter the most. And I really do hope they're filled with the good stuff, not the disappointments of a scam.
Businesses near Missouri Western State University, St. Joseph, share a common thread of decline and disappointment that travelers should be aware of before planning a visit. The overall feeling is that many once vibrant establishments have faded into neglect, and the pattern repeats itself across different types of venues. The shopping experience at the local mall exemplifies this trend. What was once a bustling center now resembles an almost empty hallway with only a handful of stores still operating. Visitors repeatedly notice that most storefronts have closed their doors, leaving the corridors quiet and the atmosphere stale. Cleanliness is a frequent complaint, with reports of dirty floors, overflowing trash containers, lingering odors, and restrooms that smell like sewage. The remaining shops appear to stay open only for a few extra hours, adding to the sense that the entire complex is slowly winding down. In short, the mall feels more like a walking path for a few elderly patrons than a destination for students or tourists. The wellness boutique in the area follows a similar of broken promises. Clients who sought laser hair removal or weight loss injections often describe chaotic scheduling, missed appointments, and incomplete treatments. Communication with the staff is described as poor, with emails and phone calls going unanswered. Some customers report painful procedures that resulted in burns or lingering skin problems, and the follow-up care is either absent or dismissive. The overall impression is that the spa offers expensive services without delivering the results that were promised, leaving patrons feeling cheated and uncomfortable. Dining options suffer from comparable issues. A once popular Mediterranean grill now struggles with multiple problems that repeat in many reviews. The smell upon entering the restaurant is frequently described as unpleasant, reminiscent of sewage, which immediately turns diners away. Cleanliness is a recurring theme, with floors that are sticky, tables that are not wiped down, and bathrooms lacking basic supplies. Food quality has dropped dramatically. Gyros are described as dry and overcooked. Falafel is hard and burnt, and sauces are watery and flavorless. Portion sizes have shrunk, and some essential menu items such as hummus have vanished, forcing customers to pay extra for substitutes. Service staff appear disengaged, taking a long time to take orders and to deliver meals, and at times they seem more interested in leaving the premises than serving guests. The combination of foul odors, unclean surfaces, and substandard food creates an experience that many describe as a disaster. The local craft brewery adds another layer to the picture of frustration. Patrons who simply wanted to enjoy a drink find themselves turned away unless they possess a concert ticket, even when the event is not the reason for their visit. The policy of requiring VIP passes for entry to the bar area is viewed as a blatant way to push paying customers away. Some reviewers also note that the beer selection lacks variety, with many brews tasting similar, and the quality described as mass-produced and disappointing. While a few visitors mention that the building itself is attractive, the overall sentiment is that the establishment prioritizes event revenue over ordinary drinkers. Finally, the wine bar on the riverfront presents a milder, yet still imperfect, situation. Guests enjoy the pleasant scenery, but the space feels cramped and in need of expansion. The limited seating makes it difficult for groups to relax, and the lack of room can turn a simple evening into an uncomfortable experience. In summary, travelers near Missouri Western State University should prepare for a landscape where many businesses are struggling with closure, poor hygiene, inconsistent service, and a decline in product quality.
It is advisable to research alternative options ahead of time, consider visiting establishments outside the immediate university vicinity, and remain cautious of places that promise more than they can deliver. By keeping these observations in mind, visitors can avoid the disappointment that appears to be a common thread throughout this area.